Yo, what's going on, homies? Shichibokai Stumped back for an OPTC video, and in today's video is day 4 of the grandest party of them all, season 37, coming to the pointy end of the series. And in today's video, we're going to be utilizing Whitebeard and Ace. Once again, Logia type characters are getting buffs. You love to see it. Logia types, Kizaru, Whitebeard and Ace, they always feast when these types come around. I do think Kizaru is probably still the best leader when Logia is boosted, but Whitebeard and Ace, they can put up a showing. Their burst is a lot of fun. The fact that it's a 40% reduction and you get the extra charge just means you can do some... That actually makes the character viable, and I actually love using them in Grand Party when the Logia is boosted. Kizaru is just a cheat code. Like, if you want to get your 15 wins super easy, just use Kizaru. But if you guys want to have some fun with it as well, especially in the earlier days, using Whitebeard and Ace can actually work out extremely well. So this is what we're rocking. We have the Driven Powerhouse team down the bottom there. Sorry, in the middle there. We have the Strength team down the bottom, and then we have a Shooter team up top. Whitebeard and Ace buff Powerhouse Fighters quick characters. So Shooter team first goes really, really hard. It's like a make or break. It'll either just win the fight super easy, or the enemy will get a burst off and kill you, which will then charge your burst to allow your Driven Powerhouse team and your Strength team to just sort of clean up at the back end as well. So that's what we're working with today. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys are using, and make sure you guys change your leaders at the end of every day, because it is day 4. You want to make sure that you are changing your leaders at least. With that said, let's dive in. Alright, so I found a Sabo leader. Shout out to Sus. Not changing his leader, but at the same time, it makes it a little bit interesting for the fights, because Sabo is a Logia character, and I did use him day 1 for Grand Party. Unfortunately, it was on the weekend, and I couldn't really do the talking part of the videos. But look, Logia is boosting, Sabo is going to feast, Ace characters are going to feast, Kizaru is obviously going to feast. And then you have like World Government, which means Saturn and Garling. Garling doesn't have any GP, but Saturn does, and look, Saturn's just bad. So like, I used him yesterday, and whilst like he's got a fun playstyle, he's just bad. Especially with this rule set. The rule set buffs quick and side characters if your captain is Logia, World Government, or Fishman, as well as Free Spirit and can't remember what the other type is, what the other class is that gets buffed as well. So with that, you can do some pretty fun stuff. But the idea here is that this Kuzan is just going absolutely AWOL. Like, he hits so freaking hard under Whitebeard and Ace, being a quick character, being a Free Spirit character, being in like just... He gets buffs across the board from your leader, from the rule set, and it just works out really, really nicely. Lulu coming in clutch there in the first 30 seconds. If Lulu goes that early, it's basically curtains. Like, there's really not much the enemy can do there when Lulu's doing stuff like that. So, just a very, very nice, easy win to start it off with. Let's skip the rest of this. Ooh, actually not an easy win. Hang on. Did Sabo use 2 bursts there, or just 1? Interesting. Again, this is what I mean by the Shooter team. It's make or break. Wow, okay. Well. Did not see that coming. If I'm completely honest with you guys, that was interesting. Okay. Well, now we have our burst. He only used 1 burst too? Damn, bro. Okay, I see you, Sabo. I see you. Very interesting stuff. Okay, the thing about Driven Powerhouse is Driven Powerhouse doesn't really die that easy. So we have a bunch of revives too, which can help out with our burst charges. But at the same time, like, holy shit, I did not see that coming. All right, I'm a bit frazzled now, guys. I'm a bit frazzled. So let's get this off. Roll that back. Let's do this. Maybe take out Uta. The burst of Whitebeard and Ace is just so strong, though. 70% HP cut, and then just a lot of damage. Killing, okay, everyone basically there is really, really nice. The only characters to survive were Kid and Luffy, and both of them got hit with Blackbeard's damage over time. And that damage over time is pretty damn juicy. So, honestly, okay, well, that's game. Yeah, right. Okay. Now we're in spicy territory, because they have a burst. We do not have a burst. Strength versus int as well, so... I feel like if this int team is something like Roger and Odin and stuff like that, we could be in for a pretty rough time. Oh no. It's a Cerebral team. Okay. Cerebrals, really? Interesting. Is it Cerebral the other class? Actually, maybe it's Free Spirit and Cerebrals. That's the other class that gets the buffs. Okay, so... The thing is now, Sabo is just going to start spamming bursts. And as you can see, Sabo gives cooldown reduction, he gives CD reduction. He does a lot of damage with his burst as well. And it just allows him to get his specials off very, very quickly. But again, if we start losing characters, we get our burst, and you guys saw what our burst can do. So that's always fun. Okay, that hurts. That's a lot of damage. Please stop doing that. Nami Karina and Usopp Lilith are going to... Yeah, okay. This might be an L, honestly. Just with the amount of rollback they have. The haste ability. Okay, Kobe's already dead. That's not ideal. Okay, we've lost lots of characters now. But again, this is where our burst can help us out. But the thing with our burst is I believe we need to lose 4 characters to get it. Which is, look, it's definitely doable. As you can see, we're in a real rough spot here. We're in a really, really rough spot. The thing is, too, they have characters that do a lot of damage across the board. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is actually kind of good, because Sabo will hit, and Sabo should kill 1 unit. Nice, and then we can do this. That whole enemy team comes in. The thing is now, we're not actually going to get our last burst off, but we're actually going to put a lot of damage on them, which is then going to give Sabo back his burst. But I'm hoping this just, like, kills, like, the entire team. Okay. This is going to get really freaking close. Like, really, really freaking close. Sabo's going to kill someone. Honestly, kill Luffy. Okay, didn't kill anyone, which is great. Beautiful. Okay, that was very, very close. But again, that's where you see the Whitebeard and Ace burst. It just can be very, very strong. Very, very strong. Especially that second fight, man. That second fight, honestly, using the burst there probably like didn't help us as much as we wanted to. So, shout out to Scratchy. We're not going to do that again. Let's do some other fights. Alright, so there's a lot of Kazarus floating around. Like, a lot of Kazarus. So, I found a Luffy, which is kind of good. Is that a free spirit team? Or oh, this is just a autofill team. Look, I'm not fighting Kizaru, unfortunately. The other 2 teams were Kazarus, and I used the refresh. So we're just gonna take the win here. Let's just quickly skip through this. It's an autofill, so there's not really much that we can. Well, I don't even know if it's an autofill. It just seemed like a real wonky ass sort of like randomized build. So love that. When you see these types of builds, it just means that you guys can get some nice cheeky wins under your belt. Yeah, like what am I looking at here? Like what are these teams? And again, this is where the change leader strat helps out quite a lot, but also the auto strat definitely works in our favor too. So we'll take that cheeky dub. No bursts under our belt. Look, we had a pretty good showing in the first fight, so I don't really mind about taking that cheeky easy W there. Let's hope we don't find Kazarus now. That's what you like to see. This is what we like to see. Alright, so this looks like a changed leader strat. This looks like a bit of an auto build. We will do the changed leader, just to make the fights a little bit interesting. I'm pretty confident when it comes to changed leader fights. Not so confident when it comes to versing stuff like Kizaru. So even still, like, this is a very, very big team. Bottom team's going to be strength, so I don't really want to do that. So what we'll do here is we'll flick this around like this. We know the first team's Dex, obviously. We'll flick this around like that, and we'll dive on in. So like I said, look, I might be a little bit cocky here, but I do get quite confident when it's the change leader strat. Not having to deal with a burst is just a huge, huge W. As you guys saw in that first fight, the Sabo burst basically changed the game for him, won him the first fight, and then just basically almost clutched in the last fight. So not having to deal with a burst and just having like powerhouse teams and having good matchups is going to win majority of your fights. But at the same time, like going up against like an autofill team like you guys saw in that second fight, it's going to help most people out. And I'll show you guys how to do this at the end of the video. I did it yesterday with the Saturn video too. But the more people that know about it and the more exposure that we have to it, the better it is for literally everyone. So Luffy's unfortunately not ready to go because Uta unfortunately just went after him. But we do have Kuma going now. Kuma's going to do a butt ton of damage. Plus he can do blow away. Okay, very nice. Kizaru died too. So this is just more damage from Kizaru, putting us in a realm of barrier and extra damage with Luffy, which is great. If he wants to kill a few characters, I don't mind. Because again, Whitebeard and Ace, they want you to kill 4 characters to get their burst. And ideally, you kind of want to lose a few characters in the first fight. So that way, you have like 3 bursts available to you, or lose some characters in the second fight. But again, that's sort of just like dependent on how you sort of build out your teams and what dupe levels and stuff you have as well. So Kobe's basically just going to wrap this one up for us, though. We have a confusion on Luffy. haste on Luffy, so he's going to go and basically wrap the rest of this up. Massive confusion on literally everyone, and Luffy should do the rest. So very, very nice stuff there. Again, not having to do with burst is always just very, 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 very nice. Very, very nice way to round out the second fight. I might actually pivot here, and I might put Shooter second. Because shooters, like I said, shooters are just make or break in this sort of situation. They can die very easily, as you guys saw in that Sabo fight, because they're very attack orientated. But dying isn't too much of a problem with Whitebeard and Ace, because if you die, you get your burst charge. So we'll put them second against a shooter team. Of course it is. Shooters v shooters. Plus they have Suru. So they're rocking Suru and S.37. The thing with Suru gives a lot of cooldown reduction. So they're looking at 3 cooldown reduction. We obviously have the extra cooldown reduction from Whitebeard and Ace as well for our quick characters. So Khalifa is in a position where she's doing some pretty nice stuff. Kuzan has such a low cooldown though. He literally always goes. Like, he just goes so fast. Their Usopp Lilith is ready to go, so that's a little bit problematic. It's not the end of the world though, because if we lose 4 characters, we can use our burst. And if we lose another 4 characters, we'll have our burst ready to go. So big reason why I wanted to pivot into shooters here. Okay, S.37 getting action minded is actually very, very nice for us. Khalifa should do some good damage. Oh, killing Lulu is perfect. We will have to deal with the super special from S-Snake, which sucks, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. S-Snake's super special is actually really strong. I'm actually in a position where she's very close to being 150'd. So I'm actually super keen to see how not only the shooter team, but the strength fighter shooter team. That team's really, really fun. I'm really interested to see what it looks like when we have a maxed out S-Snake. Of course, Usopp Lilith already. Usopp Lilith had to be one of the most annoying PvP characters. That damage over time killed my S-Snake, which is just crazy. S-Bear is going to force out as well. Damn. That's not ideal. But Lulu coming in with a super special though, this is ideal because we're going up against S-Bear. So the damage to S-Bear will be absolutely insane here. Basically taking him out and killing everyone else. You love to see that. And with that, it's basically a wrap. Again, if they find a way to kill one unit, we just burst and we win. So very, very nice stuff. Whitebeard and Ace once again getting it done. You love to see it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Remember, it is the end of day 4. So once you guys get your 3 wins, make sure you're changing your leader. I cannot stress that enough. Change your leader to just help out everyone. And the way to do that is once you've done your fight, the team that you use to get your last win or to do your last fight, all you have to do is go into your team build, into your setup, and just go into, when it hurries up, you got edit leader, and all you got to do is select a character that doesn't have a GP burst, something like Pikqchu. Or if you really want to help everyone out and you don't mind rebuilding your teams, you just click on this auto edit button in the top right hand corner, and then you find a character that doesn't have a GP leader skill or a GP burst, something like Shanks. V2 Shanks, for example, does not have a burst or anything like that. We can select him. It'll automatically build us some teams. And then we're pretty much good to go from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's